Hey guys, so today I figured that I would just take you guys around Burlington, show you what it's like in the winter. I went to college here in Vermont and I'm back for 2 months, and there's definitely a lack of travel videos, I feel, for Burlington especially on YouTube. So if you guys need any recommendations on where to go or things to do on your next trip to Burlington, Vermont, hopefully this video can help you out. So one of my favorite places to come in Burlington is Waterfront Park. This park during the summertime is pretty lively. The wintertime not so much, but it's still a nice place to come and relax and get away for a run. The bike path goes around the entire city and it goes right through this park. And if you want a longer run, you can come and run along that. As you can see, there are giant chunks of ice in the lake right now. Not as much as most winters, but still pretty freezing here. Once you're done at Waterfront Park, you can head over to the Echo Center, which is just a short walk away. They have a ton of really cool exhibits, and it's always changing what's on display there, but it mostly displays the flora and fauna of the Lake Champlain Valley region. Do you note that if you're coming to visit the Echo Center during COVID, you do have to make a reservation online, and they do close, I think, around lunchtime for about an hour to clean every day. So just keep that in mind if you're planning. You can't just walk in like during normal times. This is the Burlington Bikeway, as you can see behind me. So like I said, it goes around the entire city. So if you're looking for a really good place to run, I would highly recommend the Bikeway. I've done a couple half marathons on it, and it's decently flat, which is really rare to find in Vermont. So if you want a really cool way to see the city, you can also rent a bike. They have tons of little blue and green bikes around town that you can just check out for the day. I think Ben & Jerry's has something to do with sponsoring them. I think that's why they might be blue and green, but don't quote me on that. But it's a really cool way to see the city, and it's really fun. You can jump out. There's a few really good breweries around the town that you can stop and have a good beer. So definitely consider renting a bike when you're in town. Maybe not in the winter though. That wouldn't be the best ride. One of the places I really recommend to eat when you're in town, especially for breakfast or brunch, is the Skinny Pancake. It's right here down by Waterfront Park. They have a ton of really good crepes, and I think there's a few locations around Vermont, and I think there might be one in New Hampshire. But yeah, if you're in the area, it's definitely a really good place to eat for breakfast or lunch. So I got the Sasquatch, which is a local squash, local apples, local shallot, and spinach. So let's dig into this. I think it's really good. You can taste like the crispiness and like the sweetness of the apples, and it like counteracts the like savoriness of the squash, and the chev just gives it like the whole thing, this creaminess. It's really good. The other thing I recommend if you guys come here is the Sugar Shack, I believe it's called. It's just a crepe with Vermont maple syrup, and it's so good. If you want like a lighter breakfast, I definitely recommend it. I'm hiding in my car right now because it is freezing outside. I think it's 21 degrees, but with the wind chill, it's actually 9 degrees, or it feels like 9 degrees. Anyway, so I just wanted to say, if you are visiting Vermont right now during the whole pandemic, just keep in mind that you do have to quarantine for 14 days or take a test after 7 days and show that you're negative after 7 days in the state. Everywhere you go will ask you if you quarantined or if you took the test or if you're from out of state, and then they'll also ask you for your Vermont address and where you're staying. So just keep that in mind if you're going out to eat, because the family right in front of me was from New Hampshire, and when they were asked what their Vermont address was, they didn't have one, and so they couldn't dine in, and they got really mad. But that's just the governor's orders, and so we all have to live with it right now. Kind of sucks, but we gotta do what we gotta do. I just wanted to also say about Skinny Pancake, do check the daily specials, because they have daily specials basically I think every day, and you can always find something really delicious there. After Skinny Pancake, if you're looking to get a drink somewhere, I really recommend Foam Brewery. It's literally just a few steps down from Skinny Pancake, and since it's freezing out, I'm actually gonna drive there. But we're just gonna jump in and I'll probably get some beers to go. But they have a really nice seating area and they offer flights. And I think there's actually a newer restaurant right next door that's owned by the same people. And I ate there back in the fall and it was really good. So yeah, let's jump over there and see what we can find. So there were definitely a few people in there, but I wasn't about to stay in there and get a flight by myself at 12 o'clock on a Saturday. But I did get a growler. They have currently a Saison, which I love sours, and he said it was a more sour Saison. But yeah, hopefully it's good. I feel like everything there, I've never had anything bad from there, so I'm pretty sure it'll be good. But like I was saying, the place next door is called Deep City, and they're really good. I remember in September, I got like a vegan poutine, and it's actually delicious. So definitely check both Foam and Deep City out if you're by the waterfront. So here are the bikes that you can rent and check out for the day. And yeah, like I was saying, Ben & Jerry's definitely has something to do with sponsoring them. And here is just a map of Burlington in general. But as you can see, like, you can take this path all the way around the city, and it's great. I mean, in the summertime it's great for running. In the wintertime, maybe not so much. Maybe good for biking in warm weather. So I am overexposed, but I am walking on to Church Street right now. If you come to Burlington, you really should check out Church Street. There are tons of places to shop and tons of places to eat, and it's really like the big touristy section of Burlington. Let's see if I can try and turn the contrast. There we go. Okay, there are tons of things to do here on Church Street. It's where most people come for just walking around. If they're visiting Burlington for the first time, it's really your best place to go to find things to do. A lot of people take their families here, like a lot of the university students will bring their families here for things to do. I brought my family here when they came and visited, and yeah, so just gonna take you guys around and show you all the stuff that Church Street has to offer. If you're visiting Vermont, you can't leave without trying Lake Champlain chocolates. They are delicious. There's actually a bigger store in Waterbury, which is in central Vermont. But if you're here on Church Street, you should definitely stop in and check out all the things that there are inside. So there are a ton of selections here at this location as well. If you guys are coming, I definitely recommend you try the hot chocolate. I get one every single time that I walk past here. And there's a ton of truffles. And I can tell you from experience that they're delicious. So Church Street's pretty cool because there's a mix of like mom and pop shops along with like chain stores. And I'm here by the Body Shop. And a fun fact, if you didn't know this, if you sign up for like their rewards program, which is free, they send you like $10 rewards on your birthday, which is pretty cool. I just got one in the email like last week. So yeah, fun fact. I've heard Burlington Bagel Company is really good. I've never been, but a lot of people recommend it. So if you're in the area, definitely check it out. So here's Burlington City Hall, which is where Bernie Sanders was the mayor back in the 80s, before he was the independent senator from Vermont and the presidential candidate. He was the mayor of Burlington. And then across the little path here is Gaku Ramen, which if you're looking for really good ramen while you're in Burlington, I definitely recommend Gaku. And just down the way there across the street, this is actually like the end of the whole Church Street marketplace. But if you cross over that street right there, there's Red Panda, which is awesome. If you want good Indian Nepalese food, definitely check out Red Panda. And it's right next to El Gato, which is, in my opinion, a pretty good Mexican restaurant, especially for here in Burlington. And behind City Hall is City Hall Park, which during the warmer months, it's actually where the farmers market is, which is really cool. If you come here during the summer, definitely check out the farmers market. It's on Saturdays, and there are tons of things. We used to go and get fresh milk. They're not doing a ton of things right now because of the pandemic, but hopefully when all this is over, they'll open back up. But yeah, there's things from like fresh milk to like local root beer, and a bunch of local farmers come and just have like, there's bakeries that put out local breads and things. So yeah, definitely check it out if you're here during the warmer months. And here is Rira, the Irish pub. It's pretty cool. It's a really great place to go with friends. The inside is really cool. It's all decorated to look like an old, authentic Irish pub. So yeah, if you're looking for a fun night out or a place to go with friends, definitely check out Rira. Dober tea is delicious. It's right around this corner here. It's a really great place to go if you want like a really relaxing tea room. I know I've come here to study before, and it's just the atmosphere along with the tea is just great. And right next to that is El Cortillo, which is a really good taco place. So if you're looking for just like really authentic tacos in Burlington, Vermont, definitely check out El Cortillo. It's actually kind of cool. Like, it's set up to look like kind of an old school diner inside. Yeah, if you're in the area, definitely check out El Cortillo. Right over here is Black Cap Coffee, which is a really good coffee place. And next to that is Pokebergs, which if you're looking for good poke, it's one of the only places you can get it around here. And I recommend going there. Everything that I've ever had there is delicious. Across from that is the Outdoor Gear Exchange, which if you're looking for camping things or climbing things or skiing, anything outdoors, I recommend checking that out because they have a ton of things. And across from there is Ben & Jerry's, which, how can you come to Vermont and not go to Ben & Jerry's? There's actually the Ben & Jerry's factory in Waterbury, which is about 30 minutes away from here. But right now, they're not doing tours because of everything going on. So if you want ice cream, they have an ice cream shop there. But I mean, it's just as easy to come here and get delicious Ben & Jerry's ice cream. And at the end of Church Street is the famous church. And next to that is Crow Books, which is a very neat bookstore. It's all used books, or mostly used books. And it's one of my brother's favorite places to come when he's visiting Burlington, because they have a lot of like rare and old books, and it's just a really neat place to check out. So now we're at Goodwater Brewery. It's located just outside of Burlington in South Burlington, which is right near Williston. It's about 10 minutes from Church Street. This is a really great brewery. We just discovered it like a week or two ago, and they have some really good stuff. I've tried their Inspired, which is a red ale, which was delicious, and they also have a sour, which I'm a huge fan of sours, but they were actually out of the sour last time I was here, so I'm gonna go in and try and see if I can get some of that, and yeah, let's see what else we can find inside. So unfortunately, they did not have the sour. The guy there said that they're actually about to brew another batch of the sour, but it takes a year to age. So won't be getting that anytime soon. But I did happen to get another batch of the, another 4-pack of the Inspired, which is that red ale, which is delicious. So definitely check that out if you are at Goodwater Brewery. And now I'm here at Burlington Beer Company, which you can actually find their products around Vermont. They're really distinct. Like you can tell their labels because they're all like, they're pretty cool designs on their labels, and they're all related. It looks like all the different labels are pretty similar, but their beers are really good. A lot of them are aged. They have really good stouts and porters if you're into that. And they also have really good IPAs if you're into IPAs. Vermont in general is really big about all of their IPAs. Like that's a huge thing here. Heady Topper is really famous. It's from The Alchemist in Stowe, which is in central Vermont. It's about 35-40 minutes away from here. But yeah, if you're in South Burlington, you should definitely stop by Burlington Beer Company because they're delicious. So let's go in and see what we can get today. So these are the cool cans that I was telling you guys about with all the designs. So we got Third Dystopia, which is a stout. It's a cherry brandy barrel aged imperial stout. And we got Cultivate 2020, which is an English style barley wine brewed with blueberries, aged in Pinot Noir barrels. So both of these should be pretty good. Another great place for lunch or dinner is Kismayo Kitchen. It's located just outside of downtown Burlington. It takes about 5 minutes to get here from Church Street, and it is 100% worth the drive. The food is amazingly flavored. It's a really small menu. There's only a few different dishes, but it's all delicious. So I definitely recommend checking it out if you're in this area, or even if you're just in downtown Burlington. Definitely take the time to come over here to Kismayo Kitchen. So yeah, hopefully this video helped you guys find things to do when you come to Burlington, Vermont, especially in the winter. It's really cold here, so make sure you bundle up, but there's a ton of cool things to do inside, a ton of breweries to try out. If you have any other recommendations for people traveling to Vermont and to Burlington in particular during the winter, put them down in the comments. If there's any other places you guys would like me to recommend, let me know down in the comments too, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.